What's up, guys? Today we're changing the spark plugs on a 2005 Dodge Ram 1500. First we're gonna remove the air box, these hose clamps, and this manifold cover. Alright, so take out the air box. Take this out. This bolt and this bolt you take out. There's a sensor, pop it out. It should come right out. There's your throttle body and your spark plug wires and all that shit. It's gonna help us get to those spark plugs that are all the way in the back. There's 16. All right, guys, so there's 2 spark plugs per cylinder. That's 16 spark plugs. These are your spark plug wires. These you pull right out. These are your ignition coils. You pull this one out. Easy, just as pulling it out. And then for these ignition coils, I don't even know if you need to take these off. Probably best to disconnect it. So this is the ignition coil. Ignition coil. You remove this screw and this screw, pull it out just like this. Spark plugs inside. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Like I said, so there's 2. These are the hardest ones to get back here, so I'm probably gonna end up trying to do those first. Before we start, I'm gonna disconnect the battery. So when you're doing these spark plugs, you're gonna need a bunch of extensions and elbow swivels and all that in order to get these spark plugs out in the back. All right, so these are your ignition coils. Pull them out. There's the 2 screws, make sure you don't lose them. So then that opens up this one, which doesn't really look good down there. It's yellow. But inside each one of these is a spark plug. So I'm gonna continue to do that from here, there, there, and there. And I'll show you when I get to the back ones how I get them out. What you do is you go to AutoZone and you get this 5/8. I mean, it's not gonna be the wall, you get this 5/8 spark plug socket. It's got this little rubber boot in it for the spark plug. I got it with my set of tools, but if you don't got it, go to AutoZone, they got it. You need it for this, for any spark plugs. It's got this rubber lip in there to hold the spark plug from breaking. And then, when you remove the spark plugs, go down up in here. Looks like we're gonna need another adaptation. Now this is where having these elbow attachments come in handy. It's literally, I'm able to do it. Here, I'm gonna do it and I'll show you. So all I did was I got my socket wrench in here. Good tip is if you can't fit your socket wrench in there, take your attachment piece off. So if you can't fit in there like this, take it off. Put the attachment piece in there first. Put it in there. You make sure it's on. Push it in there. And then you take your socket, go up underneath, and proceed to break it free. Quick comparison, NGK. These are the new NGK spark plugs I got. These are the old ones. You check the size of your spark plug. you don't know the specs, if you don't know the specs of your spark plug, you can look it up online. It's pretty easy. Yeah, I found it. Spark plug gap reader should be 0.04. So what you do is you put this little slot side in there and see if it's the size. If it's not, you bend it a little bit to make it the size. So you have the spark plug. And then so then you just reinsert it. You put like dielectric lube on or some shit. I see people do that, but I'm not gonna do that because I just gotta get this shit done. So yeah, so you put them back in. Let's see if this one wants to go. Okay, I'll show you. And once you got it in, make sure it's straight and hand tighten it. Once it's hand tightened, make sure that's snug with the ratchet. So I finished these two. I skipped these two. I'm coming back to these. I only skipped them because I wanted to show you. Once you get those bolts out and get this ignition coil, here's that last boot. Just pull it out. Those are the last two back there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How I'm gonna get the ones in the back is I'm gonna use the 5/8 spark plug socket, long extension, elbow, medium extension, or another long one. So in a sense, it's like a 90-degree angle. An L, if you will. And I'm gonna go up under here. Make sure it's on there and unloosen it. Guys, it got dark. I finished that side. For this side, I highly recommend taking the first one, second, third, fourth out, taking them all out, taking them out from front to back, and then starting with installation or removal too. You remove the old ones and start from the back. So in order to get all that space back there, I took them all out at the same time. I was able to get the first two back there. Now I'm working on the second pair, and then I got these two, which are easy. They're right in front. All right, y'all, I got all the new spark plugs in. Now just to put the ignition coils back, bolt them up, hook the battery up, start that bad boy. There's all 16. I think I got like a valve leak or something, a head gasket leak, because I got some oil on one of my cylinders leaking a little bit of oil because I took spark plug out and it had oil on it. But this is how you finish changing spark plugs for a 2005 Dodge Ram 1500. You know, so it's pretty much like the reverse steps. You know, the 10mm bullets on the ignition coils you take off, take out the old spark plugs, you put the new spark plugs in, you reinstall the ignition coils. So like this. Then you also got this one, just pops in. Make sure that you put your sensors back in. So now they're all snug. You take your sensors, push them to your click, push the red safety tab, and then reinstall your manifold cover, air filter box. I'm gonna go to AutoZone right now and get me a new air filter. There you go.